birdsong filled the polar morning.
Colorful voices once echoed south.
A symphony lost to frost.
Crickets sang in the cold dark.
Croaks carried across lakes. Whispers of a warmer world.
Melodies traveled beneath the freeze.
Barks resonated in shallow bays.
Each colony had its voice.
Trees played their own music.
Wings scraped songs of summer.
Water composed on pebbles.
Drums beat on ancient ground. Clicks warned of danger.
Sound map the canopy.
Drums of water on green.
A warning slap in the water.
Seeds danced in dry pods.
Caves sang with the breeze. A chorus silenced by ice.
Sun dictated the rhythm. Spring exploded in color. Water carved the land each year. Life burst from the soil. Cracks announced the thaw.
New growth every year.
Warm summers brief. Wings brought summer north. First green pierced the white. Eggs waited for warmth. 6 months of sun. Floods reshaped the land.
Bees danced in polar light.
Ground breathed in summer.
No night for 3 months.
Workers marched at dawn. Harsh light in clear skies. seeds rode the spring gusts. One year, the thaw failed.
Gold fell before the white.
Red and gold in polar light. Light retreated each year. Last harvest before winter. Nuts stored for a winter that stayed. Water turned to glass. Wings sensed the coming cold.
Trees prepared to sleep.
Each autumn, colder than last.
Crystals claimed the green.
Some slept, never to wake. Gusts cut through fur. Germination denied. Last feast before the freeze. Each flake built the tomb. Trapped between seasons, darkness claimed the pole. Harvest frozen on the branch. Preparation for a long sleep.
The last warm light faded.
Blizzards sculpted the land. Cold air rushed to the coast.
Warmth shared in the storm.
Each flake unique, then gone.
Gusts carved rock smooth. Life persisted under ice. Frost cracked the earth. Ground rose and fell. Storms grew more fierce. Lights danced in endless night. Ice carried stones afar. Gusts exceeded 200 kilometers per hour. Sea froze mid-motion. Dunes of ice moved like sand. Ice split under its weight.
Life tried to escape.
All luck was lost. They walked into the dark. The final storm. Eternal. Ancient breath, trapped forever. Endless day bathed the land. Harsh light without ozone. Plants raced the long day. Petals opened to constant sun. Wings never rested. Green carpet under midnight sun. Krill swarmed in endless light.
Forests drank the warmth.
No night to rest eggs. Growth without winter pause.
Peak energy at the pole.
No darkness to hunt by.
Flowers bloomed without end.
Lakes shrank in long heat. Life cycles compressed. Plants armored against light. No clock in endless day. Harvest with no winter.
Until the ice said otherwise.
Rich earth fed giant trees. Centuries of decay compressed.
Fungi linked the forest.
Dung beetles rolled southern balls. Acidic rains fed the trees. Mud breathed after winter. Passages for air and water. Bacteria gifted the green. Cities beneath the surface. Weathering built the soil. Earth exhaled carbon. Blind diggers shaped the dark.
spires enriched the topsoil.
Active layer deepened, then froze.
Mushrooms crowned the forest floor.
Red soils turned blue in wet.
Each gray, a tree's legacy.
Cathedral's mud. A living layer. Entombed.
Life cycled in clear water.
Glass houses fed the lake.
Energy flowed upward.
Predators ruled the shallows. Tiny swimmers linked chains.
Summer bloom stole breath.
Layers separated worlds. Resting eggs waited centuries.
Wind mixed the lake.
Top predator at the edge.
More life than modern oceans.
Larvae mined the mud. Photosynthesis fed the depths.
Rasps cleaned the rocks.
One freeze, chain broken.
Wings for one day only.
Last meal preserved.
Death fed the bottom.
Glass skeletons in mud.
A living world paused.
Corals grew in cold water. Lace animals built cities.
Seas precipitated stone. Golden canopy under waves.
Volcanoes of the tide.
Nutrients rose from depth. Grazers cleared the forest. Shells piled into hills.
White ooze on the floor.
One became thousands.
Armor shed for growth.
brackish met the sea.
Single cells built cathedrals.
Storms broke the line. Calcareous homes in clusters.
Clams drilled their homes. Intelligence in the shallows. Shallow seas built continents.
Flowers anchored to rock.
A blue world silenced.
Jaws ruled the warm south.
Saws for flesh. Five links from sun to killer. Death from the bank. Talons for southern prey. A feast scattered. Poison in the grass. Daggers for throats. Fear shaped evolution. Death from the sky. Fastest mandible on Earth. Even predators had masters. Teamwork took down giants. Evidence of the kill. Speed saved the swift.
Silk traps for the unwary.
Meals preserved in stone.
One species held balance. Chemistry was the weapon. The hunt. Frozen mid-stride.
Partners shaped survival.
Algae and fungus as one.
Safety in stinging arms.
Flowers and insects co-evolved.
Bacteria digested for host.
Grooming for food.
Birds rode living islands. Algae powered the reef. Legumes fed the soil.
Insects farmed their food.
One lived inside another. Wings fooled predators.
Free ride with meals.
Fruits paid for travel.
One pair held the web.
Life cycle in a day. Trees offered homes.
Bright meant danger.
Light in the dark depths.
Partners parted forever.
Colors flashed for love.
Clashes for dominance.
Males danced on sacred ground.
Art to win a heart.
Eyes that never blinked.
Scent led to the mate. Across water.
Future paused in shell.
Race inside the female.
A stone for a lifetime.
Grip for the embrace.
Females pick the best.
Love left its mark.
Flashes spell desire.
Investment in the few.
Thread to cross the gap.
Temperature chose the gender.
The dance, unfinished. Clouds of reproduction. Instinct drove the journey.
Footprints to the unknown.
Wings saved energy. Four generations to return. Water traced in stone. Earth's field guided them. Thousands braved the current.
miles etched in keratin. Born to return home. Fuel for the long road.
Plants hitched a ride.
Refueling in the marsh.
Moonlight to the sea.
Evidence of the path.
Green highways, north-south. Roots sung across oceans. Death on the journey. Light showed the way. The road closed forever. Storms claimed the weak. Eggs waited in flesh. Mosquitoes carried death. One host, whole herd. Blood meals for centuries. Bodies fought the unseen.
Airborne invaders.
Code hijacked the cell. Plague in the gut. Sick isolated themselves. Long pain, death. Parasite bored to marrow. Bacteria outsmarted hosts. Disease cleared the forest. Ancient pox in skin. Madness in protein shape. Survivors carried memory. Rot claimed the giants. Warmth let mosquitoes south. Life inside life. The plague frozen. Bones returned to Earth. Scavengers kept the balance. Drought left the dry. Life from the dead. Crunch of the scavenger.
Warmth sped the rot.
White threads claimed all.
Black armor for the feast. Eyes from the sky. Death-fed new growth.
First to the banquet.
Acid kept the flesh. Microbes digested wood. Death caught in action.
Life reclaved the dead.
Flowers from decay.
Starvation in the record.
Waste became food.
Stomach dissolved disease.
Decay denied. Stones shaped by hand.
Minds grew in the warm.
Crows dropped nuts on rocks.
8 arms to unscrew.
Larger frontal lobes.
Who is that in the water?
Each had a signature call.
False alarm to steal food. Grief touched the herd.
Otters slid for joy.
They knew what others knew.
Words without meaning.
Pack strategy for prey. New objects explored.
Sticks for termites.
Past shaped the future.
Rank ruled the group.
Color on cave walls.
Minds silenced forever.
Black record of the blaze.
Flames shaped the forest.
Raptors spread the flame.
spark. Eat. Open the cone. Smoke reached the pole. Flowers rose from ash.
Blazes every few years.
Earth burned for centuries. Tree survived the flame. Sand turned to glass. Flames jumped the canopy.
Pockets escaped the burn.
Instinct drove the exodus. Flesh cooked on the frame. Dry winds fed the beast. The last spark extinguished. Fire made the prairie. Water reshaped the land. Waves climbed the hills. Rains fell in sheets. Flood tore the roots. Channel jumped its bed. Mud carried boulders. Ice dam burst in hours.
Twice today's rainfall.
Stranded, far from water. Walls scoured clean. Soil lost in decades. Sea invaded the coast. Trees sailed the flood. Rivers flowed backward.
Ocean left its mark.
One break, valley drowned. Dry, then wet again. 100 millimeters in an hour.
Trees stood in water.
The deluge, frozen. Mud shrank into tiles. Last drink before dust.
Salt grew in the pan.
Shorelines marched inward.
Skies turned orange. Earth split the draw.
Leaves curled in heat.
Growth halted in rings. Illusion in the haze. Groundwater fell deep.
Seeds waited too long.
Dry fuel met spark. Death where water was.
White death on the soil.
Decades without rain. Pores sealed to save.
Memory found the deep.
Topsoil lifted to sky.
Armor for the dry.
Sea rose in rage. Thirst quenched. Pebbles throw inland. I passed overhead. Trunks broke like twigs. Forest laid flat. Roots pulled the soil.
Ice balls from the sky.
Twister scoured the ground.
Calm in the chaos.
Ocean coated the trees.
Waterline on the cliff. Glass tubes in the dune.
Stone polished by grit.
Down blast flattened crops. Harvest ruined in minutes.
More fury each season.
Whiteout erased the world.
The tempest calmed.
Reef turned upside down. Strata shifted meters.
Ground tore itself apart. Shock rippled the land. Slope gave way at once.
Shock froze the growth.
Continents pulled apart. Rock moved by wave.
Earth trembled for days.
Lake born in a quake. Cliff born in seconds. Ground swallowed the living. Magma stirred the fault.
Tree split by the shift.
Strain built for centuries.
Water filled the dip.
Stone crushed to dust. We measure the creep. Rupture sparked blaze.
The earth held fast.
Ash veiled the sun.
Glass shards in the core.
Fire river swallowed trees. Mountain fell into itself.
Frozen breath of magma.
Acid rain scorched leaves.
450 kilometers per hour. Wall of death. Plant baked in an instant.
One blast changed climate. Rivers beneath the crust. Volcanic missile impact.
Chain of fire across plate.
Water met molten rock.
Ash fused while hot.
Mudflow buried valleys. Gentle giant grew wide.
Trunk cast in stone.
Global dimming for years.
Floating stones crossed seas.
The fire! Capped! Capped!
White tide rolled south.
Scratches from the grind.
"4 kilometers thick at center." U-shape cut the land. Boulders left behind. Water lubricated the slide. Ice split unstrain. Debris piled at edge.
Sun melted the face.
Thunder as it broke. Ice shoved into hills. Snow fell 2 meters a year. Water trapped beneath. Unsorted chaos of rock. Fast flow, then stall.
Frost cracked the ground.
White reflected the cold.
Melt left the hollow.
The freeze complete. No foot had touched. Stone, unworked by hand.
No hearth warmed the night.
Paths made by beasts alone. Walls blank of paint.
Stories died, unvoiced.
Caves claimed by bears. Dead left where they fell. Earth untouched by plan. No word for tomorrow. Only animals engineered.
No smoke from villages.
Water ran without walls.
Trails worn by migration.
No echo of voice. Canopy unbroken.
no midden of man.
Stars ruled the black.
Plants sowed by wind.
The land waited alone.
We pull the past upward. Ancient air in glass.
Oxygen tells the warmth.
Silica, lace of lakes.
Wind carried continents.
Time sliced in cylinders.
Marker across millennia.
Past motion in code.
Gas from a warmer world.
Insect armor in mud.
Annual bands like rings.
Water holds the secret.
Fire in a grain.
Acid layers light up. Library of frozen time.
Sea temperature in shell.
Crystals aligned by flow. Stardust in the snow.
The ice keeps the truth. We breathe their world.
Potential never grown. Sound waves frozen.
Shapes beneath the white.
Last step preserved.
Yellow dust of spring.
Water still flows.
Pattern of a lost summer.
Ice holds the heat.
Lights dance on the tube.
Flight frozen mid-beat.
No sound escapes.
Order in the chaos.
photon in the prism. Timeline in a tube.
No mind to recall.
All paths led here.
One crystal. A world.
From forest to stars in ice.